Podcast 2024. I'm gonna do my Smackdown review. I'll make about an hour. My video will be like an hour and 30 minutes. We will talk about what happened on Smackdown tonight. Smackdown different off the year. We'll talk about the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. We'll talk about Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul being set for the pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. We'll also talk about the Bloodline. We'll also talk about the news and rumors in wrestling and in AEW. I will talk about a little bit about AEW Dynamite, but um, we'll talk about SmackDown first. Just want to say, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments section if y'all want to see more. My video is sponsored by my favorite podcasters, Fightful Pro Wrestling, JD from New York, Salamonster Sound Off, Just Alec, and Denise Salcedo, the Post Wrestling Inc. Alright, so the first thing that we'll talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot we have no DQ. Hold on. As you guys see, champion versus champion. Cody Rhodes learned he would battle Logan Paul at the King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. Cody Rhodes is taking on Logan Paul. Logan Paul. Can you believe that? Can you believe that we're getting this match? Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul. Now, some people are kind of confused based on this segment. Is it gonna be Is it gonna be just for Cody's title or Logan title? I hope not. I think it's gonna be for the WWE title because there's no way Cody Rhodes is walking out the US champion, and he shouldn't be having two titles. It's only gonna be for one title. My problem with Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul being announced is that, man, they really have a major problem with finding credible challengers for Cody Rhodes. There's no top heel on SmackDown that he can feud with. Logan Paul is your top heel, but he's the US champion. He's keeping the mid card. Now he's a part timer. He's not there every week. But of course he has to be on a show because it's Saudi Arabia. He's only on the big shows. Like WrestleMania, the Rumble. He's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. Now, is it gonna be one off or is it gonna continue? There's no reason for the feud to continue. This has to be a one off because I don't see the feud continue. This is a one off. This will be a one off because Logan Paul is the US champion. He should be feuding with someone else, putting over someone else to elevate them. It should be Logan Paul and LA Knight. I think it will be. We just have to wait to get to that. But, but we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with Logan Paul. He's the US champion. I'm looking forward to the match. I don't have a problem with Cody and Logan Paul. Logan Paul is fantastic. He's great in the ring. He's decent on the microphone. I know he gets a lot of heat, but he's still a very good wrestler. Cody Rhodes is very good. What we saw in the face-to-face was very good. I enjoyed the promo. Now, next week, we will get a contract signing to make the match official. I'm looking forward to that. I think there will be a great match. It's going to be for Cody's title. And that's it. And you know Cody's going to retain. But man, oh man, once Cody will beat Logan Paul, who's next? Who else is going to be the next in line for Cody Rhodes? What other heel what other heel do you have on here?
While Randy would have thought his career was over, but I don't think he's on the down. Maybe because of that break, maybe because of pressure people, and he hasn't really experienced the L, the things that make you go, oh, all right, they're using him as somebody who has credibility because they found him with credibility, but you know he's going to win. So Randy Orton has that threat that's still there, and then Gunther to me feels like the next guy that needs to be elevated to the main event. And once you elevate him to the main event, you can't, catch a bunch of pins. He lost the Intercontinental Championship after that long, long reign, which worked on so many different levels. The way it elevated Sammy, the theater, the story, everything about that. Now that happened, it's time for Gunther to take the next step. And,
but to me, that next step is a world title. It's not the U.S. title. To me, that's like a lateral. If anything, it's a step down because to me, I saw the Intercontinental Championship as more then the U.S. title, and that was in part due to Gunther, of course.
Yeah, that's the downside with Cody because with Cody, you can't take it off him too quickly because then it invalidates everything that happened. But at the same time, are we waiting for The Rock and Roman to come back? Is that it? Does a match against The Rock need a championship? Even though The Rock hinted at that before, so I would think he's getting that far. That's the tightrope that you have to walk, and that's why you have the matches against AJ Styles. That's why you have the matches against Logan Paul. I just wonder once you introduce somebody like Luther, what happens then? 'Cause I wouldn't know how to book like just off the top of my head. I'm trying to think how would I book that right now, and because I don't know the answer to that, it makes it super interesting.
Oh my gosh, you know how I would do it? I would just run back Ilya versus Gunther as his first challenger. That way you're like, okay, he can defeat Ilya, but you know it's gonna be a hell of a match. But hey, I can dream, can I? All right. We got Rafael Garcia who says you could just pop out and do option C. I don't know, man. At this point, I am a little disappointed that we're even having to have this discussion to be real about what Cody would do with the United States Championship.
But again, I think Cody would probably get the United States Championship to do something to put it up for grabs or some that effect, right? Like I don't know. Does it benefit Cody Rhodes to have that title? It doesn't. It might benefit him to win it. It doesn't benefit him to have it. I guess.
Right.
Like we're not doing the tribal chief thing with Cody where he's holding up the belts and all that stuff. It would be a notch in the belt for him. Like, but as far as something that needs to be sustained, I don't know. I figure if he does win it, they find a mechanism to get it off him quickly without him.
Like you said, Grand Slam champion, that is the benefit. And then after that, then, everyone's gonna be like, all right, well, now what? What are we gonna do with the United States Championship? What's gonna happen here? We'll see. We also have a super chat here from Jay Stone who says, wonder why Andrade isn't in the tournament. Easily could have seen Gunther Andrade in the finals. I don't know. They keep doing these little vignettes saying that Andrade is gonna be coming or not coming soon, but yeah, this like that would be coming soon. Yeah, coming soon. And that's kind of been about it. I think it's been like 2 weeks now that they've been playing those little video packages. But that could have been an easy place to put him as well.
It's hard though because there's a lot of people that you could say need these moments, need these things, and I, if I'm being frank, wouldn't have him high on the order. Like I just talked about Luther and Randy Orton going against each other, right? And to me, that's the way it should be. That's the headline match. But where's Jey Uso in that equation? Because Jey Uso these huge receptions and it's not leading to anything. Like, so where do you go with Jey Uso? So that's the point. There's a line.
There's a lot of loose ends, honestly. There really is. And I don't know what they're going to do or how this is going to go about, but I do think that they need to. There are certain people, though, that you just don't want to see them not do anything. And Andrade is one of them. Like, he came in and it was like, oh my God, he came back from AEW and he's back in WWE. And you're thinking, honestly, like, to me, I can't even say he's better off back in WWE because I've seen him in the same amount of time that I did when he was with AEW. So as of right now, I'm still not seeing the win for him, like, on the programming side of things because, again, we were rarely seeing him on AEW and now we're rarely seeing him on WWE. And he's a guy that can freaking go. And so I do hope that whatever it is that they decide to do with it, it works out nicely. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and get into the King and Queen of the Ring tournament because we got a couple of matches here today. I want to start off with the women's here because we also just got the bracket here today. And this is so annoying. They started doing this on Raw and they're doing this Smackdown again too. And it's so annoying that they don't put all of the matches on the show. Like you have to wait and find out who's going to win at the live event. And I really, really hate that because I'm gonna have to find out online and it's just gonna throw off the mojo of me and figuring out this bracket, right? But here we go. So we saw 3 matches here today. I'm gonna put up the bracket here. We saw Jade Cargill defeat Piper Niven, which was really cool because she got the jaded on Piper. We saw Bianca Belair defeat Candice LeRae. And then we also saw Nia Jax defeat Naomi. So what you have here right now is you are going to be seeing Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill, which is a pretty big matchup. They had their moments at the Royal Rumble, if you guys recall. And then we're going to be seeing Bianca Belair versus most likely Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton is defeating Michin. you are going to be having possibly Tiffany and Bianca. The winner of that, I'm assuming, is going to be Bianca, unless something happens, she gets screwed. But do you think we're going to get Bianca Jade at the end of this?
I'm looking at that. I'm like, kind of have to. I mean, kind of the only other, it has to either be Nia or Jade out of that bracket, right? Oh, Tiffany could come out on the other side. I could see that happening. Tiffany coming
Yeah.
out into the final. There's four ladies there that I could see in the final. Nia, Jade, Tiffany, and Belair. But yeah, I didn't even think about this until I saw this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm doing the bracket myself, and I'm like, oh wow, you could have Bianca and Jade in that final, and I'm pretty hyped for that Jade Jack match. I think that's really cool. I thought the Jade Piper Niven match was pretty good. Is that the first bump that we've seen?
For Jade Cargill? For Jade Cargill, yeah. Like this was the first time that we were seeing Jade Cargill legitimately get dominated in a match, and it was the
Oh, what?
first time we actually saw her. Here's the thing. Let me ask you a question, and I'll post this to the chat as well. When you're looking at this chart again, it's either going to be Jade and Bianca or Jade versus Tiffany. What is the most appealing option for you right now?
Because the instant answer is Jade Bianca. I can't lie and tell you I don't want to see that. That's what I want to see, and it would be so interesting as they're paired up to have it happen so quickly and then be forced into it. But then there's the other part of me that goes, wait, that's too fast. You need to swerve it so that that doesn't happen right now. And you get hard. It's hard not to just look at the Bianca case. It's hard.
I'm gonna go with Tiffany and Jade for the simple reason that, like you said, it feels like it's too fast for Bianca and Jade. And the moment that Bianca and Jade are legitimately across the ring from each other, that needs to be a big deal moment. And the semifinals match in the Queen of the Ring, excuse me, tournament is not it. That's not the moment that you do Bianca and Jade. And so for that reason, I'd rather have them do Tiffany and Jade. So then you can do a whole thing about like this is the future of WWE and blah 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 blah. Like you can really play up on that. And so for that reason, that's what I'm expecting is going to happen over for the SmackDown side of the bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Ultimately, I think you're right. The queen, but also like I'm here, I've arrived, and I've already.
Okay, so so I think that's where we're at, and it seems like a lot of people here. I'm seeing more Queen Jade Cargill over Queen Tiffany, and I think that's just because, like you said, I think people are working it out themselves. All right, so by the way, we got a brand new member.
A an old WWE logo, or not too old, but a W.
Like we're at. Okay, cool. I can put two and two together. I didn't see it again. Part of the Wyatt Six, and there were some names that were thrown out there, and all of the names that were put out there are honestly people that easily fit in and make sense because they've got the creepy vibe going, and they're also people that we haven't seen on the show. Again, I don't know for sure, like whether or not these people are going to be part of the Wyatt Six or not, and I won't give any spoilers in case people want to be surprised. But regardless from the names that I heard, I'm ready for it because again, they're people that we haven't seen in a while and fit that vibe. But where do they fit better, Raw or SmackDown? I'm gonna go with Raw only because I think Raw is missing a little bit of that. I don't know. I think they can use it. I think they have a place to use it. But then at the same time, I don't want it to dominate a lot of the show. I don't want to see it like week in and week out. I want to see it be a brief thing on the show. And if it's on Raw, I feel like we would get too much of it, and then it would just overtake the show. So I changed my opinion, and I'm going with SmackDown. I'd rather see this on SmackDown.
Have they done? Has it been equal share of QR codes between Raw and SmackDown?
They've done primarily, I think, on SmackDown. Actually, I feel like they've mostly been happening on SmackDown. On Raw, there's been like little glitches, but it's mainly been SmackDown. I think.
And that's foreshadowing where they wind up. I mean, the thing about Raw is there's more time, so there's more space to put them in. But look, I mean, I think it's been effective. that sort of marketing has been effective. It was effective for Bray Wyatt's last return, unfortunately, before he passed, and that really worked. That style of marketing, it was the White Rabbit at that time, right? And this thing as well as what and what is that like?
We had Randy Orton versus AJ Styles in what was a match that was really freaking good. Like this could have easily been on a pay per view. And of course, Randy hits his RKO, he gets the win, and Randy is advancing in this tournament. We also had Angelo Dawkins versus Tama Tonga and Tama Tonga's first singles match here in WWE, and he ended up winning thanks to a distraction from, unfortunately, Montez Ford took a Samoan spike on the outside from Solo Sikoa. And then we also had Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes, in which Carmelo Hayes took the win in what wasn't a bad match either. But that's where we're at right now with the men's tournament. I'm pretty much expecting it to be, I think the way that I worked it out at the end, I did my predictions last week. But I remember correctly, I think I had Gunther and Randy at the end of it.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I think it almost has the only wild card is Jay again because
It's Jay, but I don't want to see Jay versus Gunther. I mean, it could be Jay, but I don't want to see Jay versus Gunther because we already saw it. Randy Orton we haven't seen. I wouldn't mind Carmelo Hayes, but he's not beating Gunther. First of all, that's be short. Gunther should squash him. Gunther should have a big legit match, at least like what 20 minutes. Go leave like 20 minutes for Randy Orton. LA9, he's not advancing. Santos ain't advancing. Kamala Hayes is not advancing. Clearly, gonna be Randy Orton because it's freaking Randy Orton. So he'll go in the pay per view and face Gunther. That's a big match for Gunther. Gunther goes over. It it's better when a heel wins the crown. Randy Orton's not winning it.
what are you gonna do with Jay Uso? Like, eventually, he's got to do something. He's got to accomplish something. You know, beating Jimmy Uso ain't it. You know, like
That's the nobody cared about it, Mad.
beating Jimmy Uso ain't the payoff. And the guy is so popular. You know, against Gunther. If you don't give me Randy Orton against Gunther, I'm gonna riot.
Like, I feel you with what you're saying on Jay, because I agree with that. Because even at Backlash, I was like, what if they just surprised us and had Jay defeat Damian Priest? Like, let's be real. I would not be mad about that. But and so that's what I mean by you're right. Jay Uso is incredibly popular, but again, he can't defeat Gunther. They've done so well with Gunther. Like Gunther is somebody they legitimately booked right to the point where if you mess anything up with his booking, people are going to be pissed because they really built him up to be, when he was an Intercontinental Championship champion. Look at now he's the longest reigning Intercontinental champion. Look at all the matches that he had, all the prestige that he brought to the title, and you just can't have this man all of a sudden go from being on top of the mountain to losing a King of the Ring tournament.
No, I mean you're right too.
Well, yeah, clearly it's gonna be Gunther. I'd be shocked if it's not.
Like, that sets up a feud with Gunther where he doesn't lose clean and somebody makes an appearance or a return. That's
Well, I wouldn't like that, especially on a pay per view. And why would you do that? Randy Orton's not winning the King of the Ring. He doesn't need the King of the Ring because Randy Orton's a babyface. First of all, it's better when a heel wins it. And by the way, that's what it is. The King of the Ring is a heel thing anyway. It's better when the big heel wins it and it does more for them. Randy Orton's not winning it. Carmelo Hayes ain't winning it. LA Knight, Santos Escobar, they aren't winning it. Dragunov, I would be shocked if Dragunov win, but I would not rush Dragunov to King of the Ring. I would not rush him into a championship match because he just got there and done. He hasn't done enough.
like a big deal and takes Gunther out. That's the way I think it should work. But that would have to be a real heavy. Like I'm not talking about, Jimmy Uso.
Baby McDonough? I don't know why. Not your Baby McDonoughs of the world.
No, nobody like that. It has to be like, Roman coming back to help Jay.
In that case, the options are very slim now. So I'm thinking is obviously it could be like Giovanni or freaking hell, maybe even Celia. But again, no. Let's just have Gunther win. Let's not make it difficult. Let's just have Gunther win. That's the right way to go.
Yeah, I guess I wonder how many L's did Jay take? Like, is his popularity just going to sustain it no matter what? Without a direction? Because he's awesome.
Maybe people just really love the geese. So as long as he's got the heat going and the dance, it's all right. Oh my gosh, can you imagine that?
I mean, when it comes to
love this stuff.
engagement,
Sure, he's gonna be like, oh, although I said,
prominence and ability and performance faster than anybody else, both in the ring and on the mic. Because, he leans into that character that you really want to root against because he's a jerk off, like all that stuff. And he leans into it. He does.
ahead with a United States champion Logan Paul in a champion versus champion match at King and Queen of the Ring.
Oh, that was.
I know that's not really telling us anything. I'm like, at first I was like, oh, they mentioned both belts. Then I read it and I'm like, no, they're just saying they're each the champion. Whatever. Let's just say it's for both at this point.
Cody got two belts and wasn't for both belts. That's what I'm.
Yeah. And the promo too, man. He said, if I win the United States Championship, I will become a Grand Slam champion. Like, there's a whole ass sentence in there about it.
And why say champion versus champion if it's not for the championship? What does it matter if he's one of them? Belts are not the same. Let's be real.
All right. Enough of these damn commercials, man.
I put in the comment section for tonight, it's either going to be somebody that's been released already, they're bringing back, somebody that is in Raw and SmackDown.
That does that for you, okay? That's all I'm saying. Norma said, busiest one of us can bring her in on Tuesdays. I think it's maybe too normal for Tuesdays, but we will keep an eye out for opportunities to bring her back. Samantha.
The crowd here in Wilkes-Barre gave be a championship match here on the show coming up in a few weeks. And it is someone who I was not expecting this soon to be matched up with Cody and be getting an undisputed title match, but it will be Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, one-on-one champion against champion, and seemingly, even though they did not say these words, they did not confirm it, seemingly title for title in Saudi Arabia. This is not the first time that Logan Paul is getting a crack at the undisputed title on one of the Saudi shows. But it's going to go down here in just a few weeks. We also had the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, which kicked off on Raw this past Monday night. Tonight, it was Smackdown's turn, as you can see here from the Smackdown side of the King of the Ring bracket. You see the matches here. Randy Orton and AJ Styles, that was our main event tonight. Baron Corbin, back up on the main roster from NXT. One-on-one with a former NXT champion in Carmelo Hayes. LA Knight and Santos Escobar, which we did not see tonight. And Angelo Dawkins, taking the place of the supposedly injured Bobby Lashley, injured in training, to go one-on-one with Tamatanga, or Tamatanga, the Bloodline. Over on the women's side, we didn't even know what the women's matches were going to be until tonight. They didn't bother telling us or giving us a graphic or anything, so here it is. Naomi
They're kind of lazy when you think about it.
Jade Cargill against Piper Niven, Michin against Tiffany Stratton, which we also did not see tonight. And Bianca
Are these coming in
Belair
house shows?
one-on-one with Candice LeRae. Lots of short matches on the show tonight. And look, I understand that SmackDown is a 2-hour show, Raw is 3. But that's one of the things I really liked about the tournament matches on Monday night. Raw was the clear winner of the week. I mean, if you're going to compare the two tournaments as far as all the tournament matches that we got, I mean, nothing was going to compare to Gunther against Sheamus and Ilya Dragunov against Ricochet, both of which took place on the same night. There was nothing on this show, even with a very good main event, nothing on this show that was going to come close to matching what we got just in that one King of the Ring tournament alone on Monday night. But I was hoping for a little bit more than what we got from the tournament matches. Even worse, they saved LA Knight's match and Tiffany Stratton's match for the house shows this weekend. And it's not that I mind them doing house show matches that have stakes to them, but the fact that they took those two matches, we had LA Knight, one of the most popular stars in the entire brand, and Tiffany Stratton, one of the most popular stars, up-and-comers on Smackdown, and we did not even see them on the show tonight. No promo, no nothing. They kept their tournament matches off, and they saved it for the non-televised events this weekend.
Exactly.
Failed.
Yeah.
But the quarterfinals now, coming up next week, are nearly set. We'll see how these matches play out on the live events coming up this weekend. I'm not expecting any surprises. When you look at the two matches with Knight and Stratton in their respective tournaments, I don't see any surprises going on there. Overall, I thought it was a good episode of SmackDown. Not great. I just wish there was some more meat on the bone when it came to some of these tournament matches. And we got another interesting little development in the Bloodline story. We know that Paul Heyman said previously that he has not spoken with Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. He lied when he said that Roman wanted to pull himself from the draft a few weeks ago. We knew that Paul Heyman lied about that. Solo Sikoa threw that right back in his face tonight and said that, well, unlike you, he did speak with Roman Reigns. And until Roman is ready to come back, Paul Heyman is now Solo's wise man. Or at least that's what Solo claims. So that was the big Bloodline development tonight. This is your SmackDown review, as I said, for May 10th, 2024. I am Salamonster. Thank you for joining me here for your end of the week review. Do me a favor and like. 400 likes is the goal here for the video tonight. If we hit 400 likes, we'll be the booker a little bit later on. We cut it close on Wednesday night. So let's the show in the ring to introduce the undisputed because look, I mean, all this is one of the people who actually has a win over Cody Rhodes. Now it's not in WWE, but he does have an NWA title win. There is history there. Two matches, two NWA title matches in the past between these two men. So I thought there was a chance they were going to be like, all right, you know what? All this, we know you want to wrestle here in this company. We'll throw you a bone. We'll give you a match in Saudi Arabia. But then I realized he had surgery not that long ago to repair a torn bicep. So he could be on the shows every week because he's not getting physical. But as far as getting involved in a match, yeah, that's not happening right now. So it was not Nick Aldis, but it was Logan Paul. Yes, the same Logan Paul who currently holds the United States Championship. Logan Paul walked out. And by the way, the same Logan Paul who wrestled Roman Reigns about 18 months ago in Saudi Arabia for the undisputed WWE title. It's happening again. Something about Saudi. He's getting another title shot. Cody says he thinks he knows what Logan wants to talk about. And Logan said yes. Main eventing the King and Queen of the Ring, PLE, champion against champion to truly kick off what he is now calling the Logan Paul Levesque era. See what he did there? The Logan Paul Levesque era. Very nice. So we got loud chants of Logan sucks. Cody said that he likes champion against champion because but Cody is a superstar too, right? Everybody say rocket fuel and promo, I think for the rest of my life, and not think of Dixie Carter. Pinned in Saudi Arabia on top of a Prime bottle logo by Logan Paul. You know how fucking stupid that would be? That would be pretty fucking stupid. So Cody said he bets a lot of people stand across from Logan and they assume, hey, what a dumbass. As fun as that would be, he's not going to call him a podcaster a YouTuber, an influencer, an outsider. He's gotten a sense of who Logan Paul really is. He's the guy who went toe to toe with Floyd Mayweather. Himself, he said it is a team. And in Saudi Arabia, he is going to find out where he's too soon to be doing this match. But I know why they are. I know exactly why they're doing this match. And all you have to do is look at the Smackdown roster, and it's not hard to tell. It's not hard to see why they're doing this match now. There aren't a lot of very good options for Cody. If you are not going to do a rematch with AJ, what does that leave you with? Realistically, what does that leave you with when you look at this roster? It leaves you with Randy Orton, which is going to be a match at some point. And you can't blow through that match. As early as it is to do Cody and Logan, it would be stupid to just jump right to Cody and Randy at this moment. Now, you can't do that. Randy, you have to save for later on. Kevin Owens is a babyface, and I don't think that they want to be splitting the crowd reaction right now. And you could say they would be doing that with Randy as well. Another reason why I would hold off on Randy. Randy, though, I feel like should be a heel when that time comes, or at least he should go heel at some point during that program. Kevin Owens, though, you don't want to split the crowd reaction. Owens, they're doing a storyline injury anyway coming out of Backlash where he got injured by the Bloodline. Same thing with LA Knight. I don't think you want to be splitting that crowd reaction between two baby faces. And it doesn't do LA Knight any good if he's going to go in there and lose anything. So you take those three guys out. What does that leave you? Bobby Lashley. He's out hurt. You can go with him. And you get people like Carmelo Hayes.
I mean, Carmelo Hayes, but we already got the match on SmackDown. But Carmelo Hayes, you already did it on SmackDown. So you're not doing that a program, and that's not happening. Bobby Lashley, he's out hurt. Kevin Owens, he's out hurt because they sold the storyline. So who else? Who else is on the show? Santos. Santos is not ready. He hasn't really done much on SmackDown after the whole thing with Rey Mysterio. He hasn't done much, and he's not ready.
Dude, I mean, he wrestled Hayes anyway on TV a few weeks
Well, since
I don't want to see Cody Rhodes against Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa can't win a fucking match to save his life anyway these days. So that to me, that's a boring match. I don't want that match. I'd rather have Cody and Logan Paul. That is the much better match than Cody and Solo would be. So keep Cody away from the Bloodline for a while, please. We don't need to go back to that right away. That's all you got. There really is not any other realistic option. That's why we're ending up with Logan Paul. It's basically, and I hate to say this because Logan Paul, he is one of the bigger names that they have on the roster, and he's champion, but it's a filler match. That's what this is. It's a filler match. We have a gap here between now and Money in the Bank. We have to fill it with somebody. Who do we put in there with Cody? We've already made the decision to pivot away from AJ. We'll go with Logan Paul. And that's basically what they're doing. Now, I think the match itself is going to be really good. One thing I will say about Logan Paul is that he is taken to this very quickly and very well. And if you look at his body of work, and I'm not even talking tag matches, you have somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience, you can hide them in a tag team match. We've seen Logan Paul plenty of singles matches at this point, including the match I mentioned before with Roman Reigns. That was a really good match at Crown Jewel. The match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Excellent match. He's had other matches on television with other people as well. WrestleMania this year with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. That was also very good. We've seen Logan Paul go in there and impress in ways that he should not be able to for somebody with the level of experience that he has.
Exactly.
Great athlete.
Exactly.
So I have no doubt in my mind that Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul is going to be a very good match in Saudi Arabia.
It will be.
From a match perspective. But that brings me now to the finish. Because what do you do in this situation? If this is going to be title for title, they did not verbally say that, but that is how they left the segment. With Cody talking about how he would love to become a Grand Slam champion, both men holding up their respective titles. It's champion against champion, title for title. We've seen situations before. John Cena and Seth Rollins comes to mind at SummerSlam back in 2015, where you had champion against champion. world title, U.S. title. Seth Rollins walked out with 2 titles that night. It could happen again. Cody Rhodes, let's just game this out. He wins the U.S. title. And then what? You're going to have Cody get pinned to lose the U.S. title, but not the WWE title? Are you going to have Cody win the U.S. title and then vacate it? Well, then why bother doing this in the first place? I don't like the idea of Cody Rhodes winning the U.S. title because it is completely unnecessary.
Cody Rhodes is not winning this title. Cody Rhodes only it's gonna be the champion with Cody Rhodes defending his title. Logan Paul is not defending the U.S. title. He'll lose this match. Is he gonna lose clean? Now he needs to drop that title indefinitely to someone else, probably LA Knight. Logan Paul is a part timer. He's not on the show every week, and we have to figure, okay, who's gonna beat him for the title? Who we building up? Is it LA Knight or is it gonna be someone else? Because Logan Paul can have to drop that title. He's not really doing much with it anyway.
Which leaves only one other option, which is that we're going to get some kind of a finish, a screw job, screwball type of finish, a disqualification, a non-finish.
Do we need to continue this feud? If that's what we're gonna do, then why didn't we first? Wait a minute. So you're telling me that Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul, we're gonna get 2 matches out of this? We could have gotten that with AJ Styles. You could have done Cody and AJ Styles for Saudi Arabia. That feud could have continued. Why did Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes need to continue when they're both champion? I don't want to see that. Man, WWE fucked up. WWE have a major problem on SmackDown. They don't have enough challengers for Cody Rhodes. The fact they gotta go with the part-timer who's the US champion because there's no one else. And some superstars are hurt. You can't do Randy Orton. But man, oh man, they are really missing Roman Reigns and The Rock. Until they come back, they don't know what to do with Cody Rhodes. They have no plan for Cody Rhodes. Until The Rock and Roman Reigns come back, then we'll start talking about Cody Rhodes and title win.
That's what we're going to end up with, most likely, in Saudi Arabia. And who knows? Maybe that then paves the way for another match between those 2 men. I don't know. But I'm not looking at this match, and I'm not seeing a clean finish when all is said and done. Because I don't think either man should be losing their title in this match. LA Knight, I would like to see him be the one to take the U.S. title from Logan Paul. It would give him something to do at a time when it feels like there really is no direction for him. Save the U.S. title and save a program with Logan Paul for him for SummerSlam.
Yeah. And get that belt off of Logan Paul. He's a part-time. He's not there every week. I keep on saying this. Put it on LA Knight. He's there every week. He'll be a fighting champion. He'll defend it frequently. Logan Paul, get the belt off of him. He's not doing much with it. He's only had 2 defenses, by the way. Last defense was at WrestleMania. And then the Royal Rumble. Now, how is the match going to end? Is Logan Paul going to use the brass knuckles? Because you shouldn't be beating Cody Rhodes. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes lose after just winning the belt. That's not happening. So there might be a far finish. If you do a clean finish, then now if Cody Rhodes beats Logan Paul some screwy way, the feud can continue. But I have a problem with that. Now, if you have Cody Rhodes beat Logan Paul clean, hit a crossroad and that's it, then Logan Paul had to drop that title immediately. Now, I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the U.S. title because that's not happening.
Keep the title on Logan. Certainly don't take the title off Cody, which they're not going to. Not when Cody has that match waiting in the wings with The Rock. He's not losing to Logan Paul in Saudi Arabia. So it's just an odd match to be doing as far as the time. But as a match, I have no doubt it'll be very good. I just wouldn't be doing it. Backstage, AJ Styles was interviewed. He said that he had Cody Rhodes beat at Backlash, but he got distracted. I guess he got distracted by the crowd. I don't know. What else did he get distracted by? The crowd was very Backlash. He said the next time he meets Cody, he will beat him, and winning King would be a step in that direction. And she then tried a clothesline and bombed her. Now, that came in before I even went on.
Hold on.
I'm a
I see
lifelong
someone
fan
in
of
the
the
super
show.
chat. Thank you for saying
They're
hi.
open.
Now let's go into JD from New York. He gonna talk about SmackDown here in his review.
The live stream chat. You guys want to go hit that for me and click that, see what that's about. It's very important to me and some very special people in my life. This goes out to Jay and Ben, who are my guys, personal friends of mine. I've known them for most of my YouTube career. Jay, better known as Buff Llama on social media and on YouTube. Got started with him in the Call of Duty space. I've been friends ever since. Through Llama, I met his brother Ben, and
9
we've
minutes.
been friends ever since. The two guys have been in my life through the darkest of times, and Jay knows that through one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my entire life, he was just there. And him and Ben are actually the two. And I pinned a GoFundMe. And if you need anything, obviously, concerned with coming out of the show, a lot of emotions coming out of the show. The first thing I want to tackle is Cody Rhodes. What do I always tell you guys? Creative is king. Creative is king. If you don't have it, I don't know where the fuck you're going. If you don't have it,
I think Cody Rhodes is having a great time on so far. Yeah, he had a great match with AJ Styles. Logan Paul, this is another great match. Now, my problem is that I think WWE have made a problem with finding top heel for Cody Rhodes, credible challenger for Cody Rhodes. That there's no other heel for Cody to feud with. It has to be Logan Paul. Now, I don't mind it. I have no problem with it. I think the match can be great. The promo will be great. But Logan Paul is the US champion. Shouldn't he be? Shouldn't there find challenger for him to see who beats him for his title? Well, Cody's not winning the belt.
Tends to fuck up every now and then as well. They're just doing it a little bit less than AEW nowadays because Vince is not there. Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul is official for King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. It will be the WWE title versus the United States title. Both titles are on the line. I'm assuming if Cody wins, he's the United States champion. If Logan Paul wins, I'm assuming he's the WWE. Someone will be holding two belts at the end of the pay-per-view. Nick Aldis was out in the ring. Cody Rhodes comes out, shakes Nick Aldis' hand, and we get Nick Aldis saying, Cody, your next challenger has been chosen. As if we're playing fucking Street Fighter, as if we're playing Mortal Kombat. Cody's moving up the fucking ladder all the way to Shang Tsung. There was a report, if I could find it, there was a report from Dave Meltzer with the title, WWE currently has no big time direction for Cody Rhodes. In the latest Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that while Cody Rhodes does have future feuds with Roman Reigns and The Rock lined up, nothing big is planned for the next few months. Meltzer says Rhodes has no real big-time direction until Rock and Roman Reigns are back in the picture. The other biggest star on the brand is Randy Orton, but they're doing nothing to tease anything in that direction at the moment. So it looks like Uncle Dave, looks like Big Dave was correct in his reporting. Will he get the credit for that? No. Because everybody tends to think that Dave Meltzer gets everybody or everything wrong. Meanwhile, he's got one needle in a haystack moment every now and then. Clearly, this is Cody not having any big time direction. I don't give a shit who Logan Paul is. I don't give a shit what you think of Logan Paul. I don't care if it's Saudi. WWE is basically taking Cody Rhodes out of WrestleMania and putting him in a match against AJ Styles. Yes, it ended up getting 5 stars from the Observer. Great. It was a great match. It was a great match for a B-level pay-per-view in France, where everybody ended up talking about the crowd reactions more than anything else on the show. WWE was very fortunate that France was the home of Backlash. And here I was thinking that, all right, AJ is a great opponent. Clearly he was. It's a great match. Let's get a match out of it again going into the King and Queen of the Ring. Let's get 2 matches out of it. Makes sense? Why waste somebody else as an opponent when you got someone in AJ who you could maybe develop a story with over the next 3 weeks that you didn't do going into Backlash? Nah, they didn't do that because it's too much work for WWE Creative to come up with a story, no matter how simple it is, for AJ and Cody Rhodes. Continuity. They couldn't be bothered with it. So what do? Because it's Saudi Arabia and WWE is receiving hand over fist more money than anything for this fucking deal with Saudi Arabia, and they basically book the show. They go the simple and formulaic route of, yeah, we'll put our big name guy Cody in there with Logan Paul. All right, guys, what's actually the story? What's the story there? There is none. I don't give a shit who you ask. There is no story. They have no prior history. There is no story. And Logan Paul lost his last match. Actually, no, he didn't. And then he's still the United States champion. I'm sorry. He didn't really beat anybody in singles capacity. He beat Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I guess by default that means he's the number 1 contender. But he's the United States champion. He should be conducting the United States championship business, not WWE championship business. There is no story. Cody has no story. You're basically fabricating something because Saudi. Now, Cody can put on banger after banger after banger, but I'm here to tell you that Cody basically is taking the same route that Vince McMahon gave Cody Rhodes after WrestleMania 39, where he lost to Roman Reigns. He embarked on a with Brock Lesnar that still to this day didn't have a fucking explanation as to why it was happening. And now coming out of WrestleMania 40, you're basically doing the same thing with him. But this time he's the WWE champion, which only amplifies how much more worse it is. Yeah, we'll put the belt on him, we'll put the strap on him, we'll put the fucking title on him, and got no plan for him.
Yeah.
If you think AJ is a plan, you're a fucking idiot.
It would. it would
If you
not.
think Logan Paul is a plan, you're a fucking idiot. There is no plan.
Because they don't know what to do with Cody Rhodes, and they're trying to give him the best opponent that they can. Okay, fine. AJ Styles was a great opponent, but there was no story. It was just there. It was like for the first time ever, a dream match, and it was great. And because of the crowd reaction, Logan Paul, there's no build, there's no history. What's the story? Don't tell me Cody's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna win the US title. No, he should only defend his WWE title. And that's it. He's not winning the US title. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes with both titles. Because now you run into a problem. Are you gonna have your babyface like carry around both titles. Now we're gonna have them lose one of the belt. Are you gonna have some type of pinfall loss as champion? If Cody will win the US title, he's a transitional champion. He should drop that title to someone else. And who's gonna beat him for the title? Seriously.
WWE booking by the seat of their fucking pants. It's basically Triple H taking the Tony Khan playbook and utilizing that over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. Basically what he's doing. Now on the flip side, is it going to be a great match? Sure it is, because Cody Rhodes is a great wrestler. Logan Paul is an entertaining wrestler. I'm sure they'll put on a banger worthy of a main event.
But how's it gonna end?
But my question is, what do we do with Cody going into Clash of the Castle? Is it going to be another random opponent?
Now you can't do Logan Paul again.
Cody Rhodes going into Money in the Bank. Is it going to be another random opponent?
Cody Rhodes needs a big feud with somebody. And it should be Randy Orton, but you can't rush it. You have to wait till like down the line, probably after SummerSlam. So we have a major problem with Cody Rhodes, him being champion. He needs to have a big feud instead of the one-offs. Cause you know this match will be a one-off. It's not going to continue going into Classic Champion. I don't care what anyone says. This is a one-off. It is a one-off. He beats Logan Paul clean, and then Logan Paul he goes away. We'll figure out who beats him for the title. Cody Rhodes can face someone else. Like who else is gonna be on the show?
They don't have Rock and Roman right now.
And I know getting lazy.
But the first thing that you should have been doing, if you knew Cody Rhodes was going to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, the first thing in your mind should have been, all right, somebody on
Because
that
that's the
team
problem.
should
That's
have
the only
been
thing
in
people are saying. People are saying
charge
just
of
like last
scripting
year.
out
We
and
lost Roman
planning
Reigns
out
and
what
full
he
month Brock
does
Lesnar. When they were
after
face,
WrestleMania.
they was
Clearly,
McDarius.
that part of the creative team
And
was
after he
not
beat
given
Brock at
orders to do
SummerSlam, there
so.
was no plan for Cody Rhodes. He feuded with
The
the
number one
he
thing
feuded with
that
the
Cody
Judgment Day
should
for
have
3
been
months.
doing
How many
coming out
times
of
did he wrestle
WrestleMania,
Judgment
or
Day?
his
How many times
WWE
was it
creative
dominant?
coming out of WrestleMania should have been doing was coming up with a fucking plan for Cody Rhodes. A story for Cody Rhodes that is going to carry us through the summer. They clearly don't have that.
Yeah.
So now here we are with random matches and no real story with one of the best storytellers in all of WWE. It's quite coincidental that we got his fucking catchphrase or his tagline was finish the story going into WrestleMania. Now we got no fucking story going into WrestleMania. There's no sequel to the story being penned. It's already in the fucking bargain basement bin on sale at Barnes & Noble 99. Nobody wants the fucking book. We don't have a fucking problem here. You can sit there and fuck, oh, it's going to be a great match. Oh, it's going to be a banger match. Oh, it's Saudi. It's just business. Blah, 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 blah. I don't look at it that way. You got no fucking creative. Zero. Yet you want me to care about a match that I don't have any story. How much of you honestly legitimately cared about AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes? Sure, it's a great match. I think we are all at an age. I'm in my profession. A lot of years. I know a good match from a bad match. But I think all of us can say our interest levels in that match at Backlash were not nearly as high as they could have been if there was a story involved. Two Bullet Club members, ex-Bullet Club members, I should say, they got that revolving around their history. First time ever meeting in the ring. No story. I would have loved to see that going into Saudi.
Yeah, me too.
We got AJ in the King of the Ring tournament where he was inevitably going to lose to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Some creative there.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I want some fucking story.
Yeah.
You got one of the best storytellers in all of pro wrestling in Cody Rhodes. And now you have 2 pay-per-views under your belt coming out of WrestleMania, 2 opponents for Cody Rhodes, and neither one of them had a story to tell outside of, it's a great match.
No, it's not. Well,
Saudi Arabia wanted Logan Paul, so we gotta give him Logan Paul.
yeah.
Meanwhile, I don't know why Siri's going off. Please, leave it. I gotta. Meanwhile, the plan should have been fucking technology. The plan should have been coming out of the draft, lining a roster up on Friday night where Cody has opponents lined up for May, June, and July with story, and story. Then we get Dwayne coming back for SummerSlam, and then we can build the story with them.
And then you can start building up Randy Orton down the line. Like once you get the Rock and the SummerSlam, hopefully, then you can start building up Orton and Cody Rhodes probably in November.
And I'm sure some
or October.
Will take this out of context, and I'm sure some half-witted fucking slob on social media will clip this and, oh look, JD is on Tony Khan Snowman's payroll. How can I be on Tony Khan's payroll when I'm on Triple H's payroll coming out of Wednesday? Make up your fucking minds. You can sit there and like it. I'll enjoy it for what it is, but I'm calling out the discrepancies. I'm calling out the bullshit. Story.
JD, my fan. JD from New York is my fan.
King of the Ring.
Yeah, well, yeah,
we
King
got
of the
more
Ring.
men's matches. We got more women's matches. We didn't get the whole field of men's matches on this show outside one LA Knight versus Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
WWE saved that one for the upcoming house show this weekend.
So we have a couple of matches for the house show. We do have a couple of matches for the house show. LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Kofi Kingston, and Rey Mysterio. Michin and Tiffany Stratton. Those will be for the house show, I think, tomorrow and Sunday. I believe, those are the house shows this week.
Same thing with Tiffany Stratton versus Mia Yim. Those two ladies will be on the house show circuit.
Yeah, for the tournament.
For the most part, I enjoyed what we got tonight. We got a clearer picture of where we're going.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, he defeated AJ Styles tonight. Tama Tonga, he defeated Angelo Dawkins, who filled in for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley apparently was injured working out. He's no longer able to compete in the tournament. On the women's side,
yeah, me too. It should
we
be.
got Jade Cargill. She went one-on-one with Piper Niven.
Yeah.
Oh, the men's side also had Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes. I don't know how I could have forgot that. I was very impressed with Baron Corbin. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven. Pretty decent. Pretty decent from Jade tonight.
I don't think LA Knight is gonna take the King of the Ring. I think gonna be Gunther. I think clearly gonna be Gunther and Randy Orton. Now obviously Gunther's gonna win. He's gonna go in the finals. I do understand that, but he should be in the mid card. He should feud with Logan Paul. I think once Logan Paul loses to Cody Rhodes, then we can start setting up LA Knight and Logan Paul. We get the belt off of Logan Paul, put it on a full timer. LA Knight is there every week. He'll be a fighting champion. He'll defend it more frequently. They'll build him up.
We'll talk about that. Naomi went one-on-one with Nia Jax. We'll talk about that. And Bianca Belair defeated Candice LeRae. We'll talk about that as well. All in all, I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad show. It wasn't a bad show. It forwarded the tournament. But was it an entertaining show?
Not really.
I mean, I wasn't jumping over the moon about it. Did I find it to be mostly boring? Sure.
Only some good things on SmackDown.
Because there's no real story. I don't know if the WWE is going to take what we saw tonight that happened in the tournament and then carry it through the rest of the tournament. I'll mention that tonight too. Because I mentioned this on Tuesday night with Solomon.
Yeah.
All in all, it was okay. It was an okay episode of SmackDown. And then obviously Solo Sikoa. There's a big backstage segment with Solo Sikoa where he made quite the revelation to Paul Heyman. I'm not sure any of us believe him after what had happened between him and Paul Heyman tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. Guys, we're going to go over the rest of SmackDown here tonight. I want to thank you very much for joining me on this Friday night. Please hit that thumbs up. Goodness, Tay. Next challenge. That's King and Queen of the Ring for the WWE Championship. Crowd was big time into Cody Rhodes tonight. They were in Pennsylvania, in Wilkes, barely alive, Pennsylvania, but they were pretty loud tonight. They were pretty loud. Crowd sang his entrance theme. He made his way to the ring. Cody Rhodes got a microphone from ringside. He stood opposite from Nick Aldis. Aldis congratulated Cody on a successful defense against AJ Styles at Backlash. Aldis said they must turn their attention to King and Queen of the Ring. Aldis says he knows that Rhodes wants to be a fighting champion and defend the title against the very best. And that Cody's next challenger has been determined. Out comes Logan Paul. Aldis walked past Paul on the ramp, shook his hand. Logan Paul jumped on the apron. He stared at Cody Rhodes. He gets in the ring. Rhodes looks at Logan Paul and said he knew what Paul wanted to talk about. Logan Paul said that Cody Rhodes did indeed. He proposed the main event for King and Queen of the Ring, champion versus champion. Logan Paul said this would kick off the Logan Paul Levesque era. Sure. Cody Rhodes says he liked the challenge. Logan Paul cut off Rhodes and says he didn't care about Rhodes' feelings. He says he, not Rhodes, is the longest reigning champion
To where I will be
currently
here
in
frequently.
WWE.
I will be here
Well,
full
easy to say
time. I
that
will
when
be
both
on the show
Gunther and
frequently.
Roman Reigns lost their championship, as well as Rhea Ripley needing to vacate hers. It's not that difficult to do. Logan Paul called himself the greatest attraction in the company and said he had the greatest rookie year of all time. Logan Paul then turned to a kid in the crowd who held up a sign saying that it's his birthday. He'd like to meet the superstars. Signed Elijah. So he looked at the kid, told him to hold up the sign. Logan Paul congratulated this kid and said he met a superstar in Logan Paul. And then he said Cody Rhodes is pretty great too. Logan Paul said Rhodes won the 2023 Royal Rumble. But everyone was talking about Logan Paul's collision with Ricochet in that Rumble. Logan Paul mentioned that Cody Rhodes won the title at WrestleMania. But everyone was talking about Logan Paul and his brand. False. Over who? Cody? Over that main event with The Rock? No. I think he was drinking a little bit too much prime energy. Paul mentioned that Rhodes won the title at WrestleMania. Everybody's talking about prime energy and Logan Paul. Paul said that 3 years ago, they both debuted at WrestleMania. Paul said since then, he's been the rocket fuel for the spaceship that is WWE. Logan Paul asks how Rhodes could finish the story when it isn't his story to finish. Logan Paul says he wants to talk about knocking Rhodes out and pinning him on the logo of Prime Energy, and then leave Saudi Arabia as the WWE champion.
Now, I really hope this is a troll. This is a swerve. There's no reason for both titles to be on the line. There's no reason for either man to hold both titles. Cody Rhodes should be just defending his title, and that's it. Logan Paul is not defending the title.
My guy Ian Taylor with a $100 super chat. Hey JD, good shit tonight. Been watching you since your beef with Shotsu Entertainment. And my baby daughter. Way back when. Turning 21 this weekend. Maybe I should read this super chat into Sean's view. Gift. Hey JD, good shit tonight. Been watching you since your beef with Shotsu Entertainment. Turning 21 this weekend. Gonna have a beer with my dad and grandpa. And then Monday, I'll head to the venue. Also, thoughts and prayers to Jay and his dad. Ian Taylor, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. Appreciate and love you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, man. Cody says he isn't going to call Paul an outsider. Said Paul is under 40 and made the Forbes list. Said that Paul won the United States title in his 5th match. Rhodes said if he won the U.S. title, he would be a Grand Slam champion. Logan Paul started to lift the mic and Rhodes said, wait a minute, I'm not done. I'm not done. He said Paul can't go a match without the brass knuckles. You are disrespectful and delusional. He said WWE is a team. Rhodes said that Paul is going to find out where he stands on the team at the king and queen of the ring. Now listen, I want to be level-headed with everybody, okay? I want to be level-headed with everybody. In the current landscape of WWE, the current rosters of WWE right now, we have Cody Rhodes and everybody on Smackdown either injured or tied up in the King of the Ring tournament. So I understand that with Roman out, with Rock out, with everybody else tied up in the tournament, that might be a top contender for Cody Rhodes and the WWE title. That the pickings for an opponent or a challenger, Cody Rhodes, may be very slow. I get it. I'm not a dummy. But at the same time, WWE has this draft that they are completely in charge of. It's not like it's some randomized fucking draft and it's out of WWE's control. They hold the keys. They have the power to make the show, make the rosters how they want. So no matter what people are saying, oh, it's Saudi Arabia, it's all right. Oh, it's great business. Oh, it's going to be a great match. And for the reasons that I just said, oh, everybody's tied up in the tournament. It's fine. You can use those excuses. But you got to expect me to come back with one of my own, a valid one of my own. Well, if that's the case, why are we blowing through this match so quickly when clearly this is a match that was set up for Cody at some point? And WWE do a better job of thinking long term when planning out what the rosters were going to look like and setting up a nice slew of opponents for Cody Rhodes at the top of the Smackdown card so that he could be kept busy with story going into the summer, waiting for Dwayne to get back, waiting for Roman to get back, and picking the pieces up that were left at WrestleMania. Why do we just have to give him random match, random opponent until Rock and Roman get back? Why can't we do match, story, and make it mean something? By all accounts, you're wasting Cody Rhodes. You got Cody Rhodes is the guy. Cody Rhodes is the ace. Cody Rhodes is the face champion. Meanwhile, just throwing him out there. I said, just give us a banger match. Straight white, give us a banger match and a story. At this point, all you're doing, honestly, all you're doing is taking the Tony Khan method and throwing Cody Rhodes out there as a fighting champion, just like he's doing right now with Swerve, as a fighting champion. Cody Rhodes is obviously more over and bigger of a star compared to Swerve Strickland. But the styles in which both companies are booking their champions is fucking weak. It's lame.
Yeah.
Cody could go out there and hide it better. Because people are going to be singing his theme and they're going to be, whoa! And they all come out to pay their money to go, whoa! They can hide it better. They can hide the lack of story and logic behind all of the theatrics, all the smokes and mirrors. AEW can't do that. Because more and more every single week, you got people swerving when they drive. Every single week, people are getting their licenses revoked. There's nobody fucking swerving because nobody's fucking driving over there. Do better. Cody is worth so much more than throwing him out there and having a banger match. You got Cody Rhodes, whether you like him or not, is one of the best storytellers in the entire business. And you're not doing what he is most strong at. Story. No, but the mightier than thou and the holier than thou business side of the IWC, the people who are, oh, stocks, oh, revenue, oh, money, YouTube, social media. It's great. I don't give a fuck. Creative is king. When you tie up the creative and get that right, everything else that follows is going to be up. You did it going into WrestleMania. And then all of a sudden you want to fucking take a shit on everything you did and go on a 2-month vacation. Because Dwayne ain't there. Now we can't write. Brian Gewirtz and Dwayne Johnson, they're not there till August there. We'll take the entire summer off. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. Will it be a good match? Sure. Cody could sleep his way through a good match. And Logan Paul is fucking great. Nobody's going to give a fuck because the main event's going to happen. We'll say, oh man, what a great match. And everything I said will be laughed at because people have half a fucking brain. Meanwhile, they all know I'm right. How much better would the match be if there was an actual story going into it? Instead, most of the people are going to be like, oh yeah, it's a great match. All right, tell me why. Was the feud going into it great? No, there wasn't.
Only 5 matches. No.
You got 2 guys who are in the profession of professional wrestlers. So they're basically doing what their job title is. They're professionally wrestling. It's great. You're going to have to hook me better than that, Tony. We're the best wrestle, huh? It's great. What good is the fucking best wrestling when there's no fucking story? Moving on. Dark Effects. Oh, no. Well, I got to call it out now that I call it Dark Effect. Thank you for the $5. But this is going to Adam Casper. For the one, huh? Interesting how they booked this match with basically the idea that Cody will not, cannot, and and should not lose. So who wins if both titles are on the line? Does Cody walk out as a Grand Slam champion? Does he walk out as the United States champion? Or does something happen in that match that causes a disqualification? Why does Cody need to walk around with two titles? It's my question.
Exactly.
What good is the United States Championship on Cody Rhodes unless you want to take it off of him and put it on the line in some fucking fatal four-way or gauntlet match? I don't know. Sounds counterproductive to me if you are asking my genuine and honest opinion. Why does Cody Rhodes need another title? He just won the title that he was looking for his entire life. Now you're going to add another title to his shoulder? Doesn't seem to make sense to me. Taylor Braxton was in the back with AJ Styles. She asked about his first round tournament match against RKO, Randall Keith Orton. Styles said he had Rhodes beat to win the King of the Ring for Friday Night Smackdown. And I must say that I thought they had a very good match. They went 10 minutes. This was better than I expected it to be, honestly. Not surprised by the outcome. Naomi got some nice spots. The crowd was hot for it. Disaster kick of sorts. Everybody else wins and make everybody else look good. When is Naomi going to get some of that pizza pie? Right now, she's got nothing left over but the crusts. And everybody else is eating. All she wants is a couple of slices. Can you spare some? That's the likely direction. And we'll talk about why when we get to Jay Carter. Byron Saxton interviewed Baron Corbin. Hockey. Carmelo. Great. Carmelo Hayes. He went one-on-one with Baron Corbin. Match went 6 minutes. Hayes jumped out early. Springboard clothesline. Went to the end of days. Carmelo rolled through. And then he ended up rolling up Corbin for a fluky victory. Leverage pin. 1, 2, 3. And Baron Corbin already off to a losing start on Friday Night Smackdown. Carmelo gets his first victory on the main roster after losing to Cody Rhodes. He beats poor Baron Corbin. He advances to the second round of the tournament. He wrestles the winner of AJ Styles and Randy Orton, which was won by Randy Orton tonight. So we're getting Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes in the second round. Great. I'm going to give you guys a hot take here tonight. Whether you like it or not, I don't really give a shit. Baron Corbin outclassed Carmelo Hayes tonight. Baron Corbin looked better than Carmelo Hayes did here tonight.
Yeah, let that sink in.
Not the biggest Baron Corbin guy, but I can say I've monitored Baron Corbin's journey in NXT. I've watched what he did in NXT. I've watched what he did as the Wolf Dogs with Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker as a tag team. I enjoyed what they did together. The energy was there. It was a renewed focus. It almost felt like he found what he needed to do through Braun Breaker. And I hope that at some point we get Braun Breaker over to Monday Night Raw and we get the Wolf Dogs back together at least for a little bit, because Baron Corbin, I don't know if he's going to survive on Friday night. And Braun Breaker, you want him to do something in the meantime, I think that's a good role for him. This Monday Night Raw around Braun is stacked. So I don't know if they're going to go with him immediately and thrust him into that group. Or maybe you have him stand out with Baron Corbin in a division that could absolutely use a shot in the arm.
You gotta be paired to the tag team.
Baron Corbin I will say this. Tonight, in ring, as far as the in-ring aspect of what he did, this may have been the best Corbin has looked since he won the King of the Ring. On the main roster, because he's been in NXT. I thought his match with Dragunov a few months back, I thought what he did there was very good. But I thought the physical aspect of what he did, the movement, the moves, the impact, the focus, what Baron Corbin did tonight, I thought he looked better than he did last time he was on the main roster. He's got a great looking theme song, entrance. I don't know, man. You see the work that he put in,
Yeah,
and I can appreciate it. And I
Yeah.
thought he looked better than Carmelo. Carmelo's going to be fun.
yeah.
It's easy to say Carmelo's going to be better than Corbin, or Carmelo wrestled better than Corbin. But tonight, I thought Corbin looked better than Carmelo. And we all knew Carmelo was going to get there. Kayla Braxton. She interviewed Bayley backstage. Bayley said she's with Chelsea Green. You're teased, jaded. And I'm like, she ain't getting this book. No, come on. Right? Out of all the women in that fucking tournament, in that company, Jade is going to win Queen of the Ring. She looked decent. And let's give some flowers to Piper Niven. Looks like Jade works a lot better with women twice her size. I'm expecting more of the same as to what we saw here next week with Nia Jax. In fact, we may get a better match with Nia Jax. Looks like she works better with the larger women. Because Jade could show off her strength. When we saw her name included in the Field of 8. My mind started to wander. Well, why is she in the tournament? I'm concerned that WWE is going to do exactly what I just mentioned. They're going to push a narrative that Jade needs to win the tournament. Jade, in WWE's eyes, is going to be the next big star to come. And kind of going back on that and building around the winner of that goes directly to Saudi. And whoever wins that, I don't know, make a case for either one. In this case, you could probably book Bianca Belair in final. Bianca Belair in the final against whomever you think coming out of the Raw side. EO, jealousy angle towards Jade, that Jade made it further in the finals, or further in the tournament rather, and Bianca could eventually start teasing this attitude change and turning on Jade. Because I do think Jade versus Bianca is going to happen. I don't think this tag team is going to last all year. And I do think Bianca could absolutely use a heel turn. We'll see. I don't know. But again, I need to stress to you guys, I do not see Jake Carter winning this tournament. A double count out is the safest way to go. Because I don't see WWE wanting to beat Nia Jax either. It's going to be very interesting next week. Speaking of Bianca, Jade was celebrating in the split day. Maybe that's where they go. The other plan, double count out, Nia, Jade.
All right, come on.
Fatu may land, and I think that they now for a reason. That could be how he beats Randy Orton if they clash in the finals of this tournament. So the knee injury, I think, could be the story here. I think that could be something to look at as we head to the finals, because I still feel Randy Orton is going to be the one going into that final match. And if he does, I don't see Gunther just beating him clean. I think they're going to want a story. They're going to want a handicap of some kind for him going into that match. And it made me think of how Sheamus tapped or something. And 10.6% comes down at Solomons on Twitter. That's where you. He's going to go on to challenge for the championship of his choosing. It was something like that. And now we look at these Smackdown matches. I was wondering, by the way, speaking of France, I was wondering if the fans singing Randy Orton's theme song, but there was no Tama Tonga, there was no Tonga Loa, there was no Jacob Fatu, who we will see at some point. When he comes back, it's just going to be a totally different situation than before when he left. So it just adds another layer to this story to try to keep things interesting, and it was a nice little wrinkle here. Because I don't believe for a second that he's actually been speaking with Roman Reigns. Roman, I'm sure, will not be very happy about this one. Speaking of the bloodline, we had Tama Tonga in action next. First round King of the Ring tournament match against Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits. In place of Bobby Lashley, who we were told suffered an injury in training. Was he really injured in training, or did they just decide we don't want to beat him in the opening round of this tournament? Which would beg the question, then why put him in the match in the first place? Is he hurt? Is he not hurt? I don't know. If he really is hurt, I wish him well. I hope it's nothing too serious and he can come back soon. Otherwise, B-Fab and the Street Profits are just going to be like a rudderless ship until he eventually is able to come back. So for their sake, I certainly hope he's not going to be gone for an extended period of time. We'll leave that for a second. And I'll tell you what, when Roman Reigns does return, it's this type of storytelling here that is going to keep the bloodline interesting. Once Roman Reigns comes back, it adds a whole other dimension to things now that wasn't there. It's going to feel totally different when Roman comes back, and it may not be for a few more months. But think about where we were when Roman Reigns was last on TV, right? It's his bloodline. Solo was still the silent enforcer. Although, if you notice, in that main event against Cody at WrestleMania on night 2, towards the end of the match, right before John Cena came out, Solo, we were starting to see Solo was getting animated here. You know, Roman was trying to beat Cody, and it wasn't working, and Solo was yelling at him. You know, get up, finish him off. So we started to see this side of Solo Sikoa even in the main event of WrestleMania this year. But there was no Tama Tonga, there was no Tonga Loa, there was no Jacob Fatu, who we will see at some point. When he comes back, so he referenced Heyman's claim that he hasn't spoken with Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. You haven't spoken with him since Mania, right? And Heyman said, that's right. Solo said, well, I have. And this stunned Paul Heyman. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Solo said, until he gets back, I'm in charge of the bloodline. And Heyman is now his wise man. Told Paul that he loved him, pulled him in for a big hug. The look on Solo's face, though, as he pulled him in for that hug, and you could see Tama Tonga Loa standing in the background very menacingly. Between that, the look on Solo's face, it said it all. Do I believe that Solo Sikoa really spoke with Roman Reigns? No. No, I do not. Did he speak to The Rock? Possibly. But did he speak to Roman Reigns? Absolutely not. I don't believe that for a second. And I'll tell you what, when Roman Reigns does return, it's this type of storytelling here that I keep having a fit
on television. Good stuff. This match went 2 minutes. To it, Tonga jump-started the money from him and his children? Are you trying to take money off the dinner table? I could see Tiffany winning, going and keep to the referee's 10, which makes Bianca and Tiffany the final, and the winner of that goes to South. How about which way you want to play? I don't know. Or the unlikely scenario, we get Bianca versus Jade in the final, which I don't know why WWE would want to do that when it's not at a WrestleMania. We'll see. Paul Heyman. He was backstage with Solo Sikoa. This was a very interesting backstage segment. Paul Heyman appeared. Solo. Heyman asked Solo for a moment. He asks Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, I need to speak to Solo. Heyman said that he's Roman Reigns' wise man. Heyman said that Solo is making decisions that aren't his. Sikoa said that Heyman is lying. You lied about Reigns withdrawing himself from the draft, which means we got drafted in the 3rd round. Meanwhile, we should have gotten drafted first. Solo said Heyman cost him money. He asked if Heyman is trying to take money from him and his children. Are you trying to take money off the dinner table of my family and my kids? Wise man. Solo said that Reigns lost their title at WrestleMania. Not his title, their title. Solo asked if Heyman has spoken to Reigns since WrestleMania. Heyman said, no, I have not.
For you, my classic castle.
Solo said, well, I have. I've spoken to Reigns since WrestleMania.
I got plans for you.
So now they're just going back and forth, lie for lie. Said that Reigns, Solo said that Reigns said that Solo is now in charge until Reigns gets back. Solo said Heyman is now his wise man by orders of the tribal chief. Solo asked Heyman for a hug. Wise man, give me a hug. We love you. Solo's looking at the wise man, hugging the wise man. He looks. And in the background, we see Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Solo's got this, what would you say, this vile look on his face. This look of like, I didn't speak to Roman Reigns, motherfucker. I'm telling you, I spoke to him because I know you didn't. And you're going to do what I say. You're going to listen to what I say. And I'm going to tell you that I spoke to Roman Reigns. And you're going to understand I spoke to Roman Reigns. That's the type of look that Solo Sikoa gave Paul. Now the look said it all. Paul Heyman admitted that he never spoken to Roman Reigns. That he spoke to Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns withdrew his name from the draft. That didn't happen. Heyman admitted that he hadn't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. So how would he know if he spoke to Roman? Solo. How would he know if Solo spoke to Roman if he himself didn't talk to Roman? Solo did not talk to Roman. He did not talk to Roman. If he spoke to anybody, he spoke to the tribal chief, he spoke to the high chief, he spoke to the final boss. I still think that Solo Sikoa is operating on behalf of The Rock. There was no communication between Solo and Roman. Zero. The look on Solo's face said it all. Paul Heyman lied. There's nothing that Paul Heyman's going to do to Solo. Solo lied back, and Solo, with what he told Roman, or what he told Paul rather about Roman, Paul's going to believe him because he's got no choice. And he did mention Solo, by the way. He did mention the look that Paul Heyman gave at Jey Uso at Backlash. He saw the look. Paul, were you asking my brother Jey for help with the facial expressions that you gave him? Man, oh man, swerve is in the air. Love it. I thought Solo came off really well here. I thought Solo admitted some confidence that we haven't seen from him in a while. Very direct, very blunt. This is great. Angelo Dawkins versus Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga's got a really cool line. Really good stuff. I was wondering how they were going to depict him on television. Good stuff. This match went 2 minutes. 2 minutes for a King of the Ring quarterfinal match. Gotta love it. Match didn't have much to it. Tonga jump-started the match, attacked Dawkins in the corner. Tonga ran at Dawkins. Dawkins moved, hit Tonga with several clotheslines and a big flying elbow. Dawkins then hit a shoulder block and took Tonga outside. Dawkins then punched Solo. Montez took out the rest of the bloodline with a big dive over the top rope, and he landed on his feet. Dawkins then slammed Tonga with a big sit-out powerbomb. But meanwhile, as that was going on, Solo hit the Samoan spike on Montez Ford on the outside. This was enough to distract Angelo Dawkins and for Tama Tonga to hit his finish on Angelo Dawkins for the 1-2. The end of the match, Solo hit Dawkins with the spike before the bloodline was asked to leave the ringside. Great. Who's booking this shit? Vince? We're gonna go with 2 minutes for the King of the Ring quarterfinal match, pal. Great. Randy Orton. They saved all of their minutes for Randy Orton and AJ Styles main event King of the Ring tournament match. This was a good match. Very good main event television match. Two of the company's biggest stars on Friday night. Crowd was very much into it. Orton's music was being sung by Wilkes, Barely Alive, Pennsylvania. And his family. Love you, JD. We're getting Randy Orton and Tama Tonga. And Randy Orton, opinion, is going to the finals on the Smackdown side, and Gunther is going to the finals on the Raw side. In Saudi Arabia, I believe we're getting Randy Orton versus Gunther for the King of the Ring final between Raw and SmackDown. Now, what I mentioned earlier, I said I was going to wait to talk about it in the end. What I hope WWE does not do is use this tournament to further push the bloodline. What I mean by that is I hope WWE doesn't push Tama Tonga to the finals against Jey Uso. I hope that is not the case. That sounds fucking lame. There are other ways to do that. We don't need to use an entire tournament that would benefit somebody else far greater for them winning it than giving it to the blood. I hope to God that is not the case. I feel like Randy Orton and Gunther is the direction that we're going. Honestly. And a lot of people are like, well, what about Ilya Dragunov? Why does Ilya Dragunov need to win the final? Solid Monster and I discussed this on Tuesday. If Ilya Dragunov wins the King of the Ring, then more than likely he is going to challenge for a world championship. Why would he already be factored into a world championship?
He just got there.
I could see
First of all, Dragunov just got there, and why would you put him in a world championship match? He's not winning, because you can't once him into a program. He has to build himself up first. Gunther's already built up. He's already done everything he could. He had a great IC title win, longest reigning IC title champion. He should be in the King of the Ring. He should be in the World Title Program. He should be in the World Champion.
Factoring into that, I could see Randy Orton factoring into that. But Randy Orton's feuding with the bloodline. I don't think Randy Orton is going to stop feuding with the bloodline. other than Gunther challenging for the world championship and saving that for either Clash at the Castle or Bash in Berlin is the way to go. Gunther's going to win the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
No, I'm not feeling very easy. That is your SmackDown coverage tonight. If you enjoyed,
Well, that was the review.
flags, if we can do it.
Well, that was the review from JD from New York and the Sound Doctor. Bloodline then tall. So like he look kind of cool with that red shirt. So we have Elisa Taylor, the new ring announcer for SmackDown. Kenneth and Andy Hartwell within an interview. There was a promo with DIY. They're trying to grab those tag team titles. We didn't see Austin Theory or Grayson Waller. Well, might will just end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Until next time, hit that like button, leave a comment. I'll be back for more. I'll see y'all later.